Hey guys, Gianetti here for Card Player TV, and for this edition of Strategy, we caught up with top cash game pros to talk about buy-in rules and if it's ever appropriate to throw those rules out and take shots. The first player we caught up with is David Oppenheim.
I always believe in taking the conservative approach, and whatever limit you start at, I feel that, especially if you're a beginning player, I think you should spend 6 months to a year at that level, and if you can beat that level consistently for that extended amount of time, I think you should then move up.
While Oppenheim suggests using a time period as a guideline, Haralabos Voulgaris suggests buy-in rules, especially for beginning players.
I don't know, you should probably have about 10 buy-ins, I would think. I mean, it depends if you're trying to do it for a living or if you're trying to just piss around. If you're really taking it seriously, you should have probably 20 buy-ins to kind of wade through everything. Maybe more, probably more, but 10's probably fine just to kind of piss around or whatever.
Despite taking a conservative approach, Oppenheim says taking shots is still an important part to moving up in stakes.
I think it's really important. Let's say you're a beginning player and you're playing 50-100, and you have whatever 20,000 to your name. I always think if there's like a great tune 400, shoot 8,000 at it if it's great. That's a great way to build up quickly. And then you also have to have like the discipline to move back down when the game isn't so good.
Okay. Voulgaris also recognizes the importance of being able to move down in stakes, but thinks that taking shots is still an important part of being a cash game player.
Yeah, of course. You have to take shots. I mean, especially if you're going to start at the $1 or $2 level. I mean, if you don't take any shots, you're never going to get anywhere anyways. So I think, I've taken lots of shots for like really high buy. Like I think I played higher than, like my normal game might be 100, 200. I played as high as 500, 1,000. And I definitely wasn't rolled for that game, but I just took a shot because the lineup was good. And if I lost, I wasn't going to think it was a big deal. I just get back to work at the lower level. But so you should definitely do that. That's really the way most people actually progress up the stakes, is not by consistently beating each level, but it's by taking chances at higher levels.
Okay. So what happens when you take a shot and you win at that game? When do you know if you should stick?
Well, I mean, that's just like a one-time thing. You should probably, just because you win one time, you shouldn't continue. You should probably go back to your lower level. The same rules would apply, the same buy-in rules. But, I mean, if you're able to, you could also just keep on taking shots till you have a losing session.
On the other hand, John Turner doesn't think there should be an emphasis on taking shots, as he's very conservative with his bankroll. You need to keep in mind, if you're a pro, that you can't go broke.
Well, the biggest advantage is I've never been in any situation anywhere close to going broke or feeling like I'm even getting close to the point where I can't even play the stakes that I normally play, or basically all the tournaments, So just, I'm not one that is ever going to go, basically to put this bluntly, I know people who had half the bankroll of me and are going out, just hanging out in Vegas at some point, and they're wanting to play $500 hands of blackjack. Whereas, I'll sit there and play 10 or 25 or something like that. So, even though they might have half of my bankroll, that's just so many players, so many young players, especially, just want to be able to gamble and want to be able to join the highest stakes, and oftentimes that's just not me. So basically, keeping the focus on the fact that I'm playing for a living, and need to be a little careful with that, because this is my sole means of income.
For those uncomfortable with taking shots, Matt Gianetti suggests having friends take a piece of you.
Well, there's nothing wrong with taking a shot, but if you want to be smart about it, find some other people that are confident in how good you play, and have them take pieces of you, so that you can still get into the game. You get the equity of playing with a fish, or guys playing crazy or whatever, without risking too much of your bankroll.
Of course, everyone has a different approach to cash games, but hopefully hearing the perspective of these top pros, you can find a way that's right for you. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Gianetti for Card Player TV.